And Kodaka. And we've got what? 9 new rookies, 2 tests. Bayashi. Strategic, quite narrow. Championship. In other words,
talking about it, and it's good. Of not affecting that.
as we see, the organisers getting ready to give us the heave-ho and get going. An important day, of course, a brand new season. So much to tell you about as this race goes. Seven. Toyota. And a big Japan to show
no late. For free.
Like to keep your beard perfectly grown, but you're order now. So got one.
Selling number one. Doctor recommended testosterone. B2. A unique new is the ultimate free and total.
And they truly do follow that team. Look at those big flags. The background. That's again another aspect of the Japanese culture of motor racing. I can assure you, having been down in the crowd with those, they are not easy. Are not easy to wheel. They're heavy. They're big. And they tend to keep. So now the 500's reaching what? Of event. And other racing. I've been to this circuit and used to be called TI IADA. And it was life in that race, and so IADA will be remembered this circuit, Okayama, as let's remind ourselves. Grid, the 3.7. For Honda and HRC Mugen.
Is they got 5.
Talk about now you can see the international winners back in 23, Quintarelli and Matsuda. His record here could be broken here. And there you see Kobayashi and Coyote. And Gamo also winners here. Second place, or will it be? Oh, and away they go. And a good start from the pole man and straight into the first corner. There he goes. Nice clean start from the 500s. And they'll start stilted. 300s will take their start position now. About a window of about between 27 and 55 for a pit stop, but more likely it'll be in the late 30s or early 40 lap-wise for the pit stop, and that is a part of the strategy. You can see right now 43 in all. Quality of this field, John, says a lot when we haven't even mentioned that Daniel Formula One driver is one of the 300 drivers in this field. One of the preludes. We'll talk about that in a moment because we've got some side-by-side action here between Nomura and Baguette. Who's been in this championship for quite some time, knows exactly what he's doing here, and he here trying to defend. He's held him off, but well done to Bertrand.
Don't the car sound amazing, Jonathan? I love the sound of these cars.
Absolutely. 82-lap race, and as a point between 40s and mid-40s will get a pit stop. It's compulsory. You can't do more than two. So just two drivers. Will be a reserve driver for some of the that and the history and how important that the foreign drivers have been to just basically be putting this championship on the map outside of Japan. Some very successful competitors. I'm thinking of the likes of people like Nick Cassidy, Michael Krum, many others over the years, all the way back to Anthony Reed. And during the Asian Festival of Speed, I was able to come on site and watch these races and the Super Formula races. So definitely one of my favourite things to see. And turn one, very tricky indeed. And as you can see, it narrows down into Williams at 2. This track, and then the inner part of it is, as you can see, it's plenty wide enough, but on a racing line, there's not a lot of places to overtake, and that's where it's going to get tricky for the 500s. The turn one is the test, but I think everybody was a little bit weary of the, and also another big story as we go back to Higuchi in the Subaru BRZ, brand new engine this year, John, and that's a big story for everybody watching. They've modified that engine, and it's EJ20 boxer engine now in favor of the new engine, which is a 6-cylinder, I believe.
Yeah, it's a flat
through of this circuit. Really not a lot of room for overtaking, but now, oh, that was that moment, and that was one of the Ferraris there coming up. And let's see Hey, if the penalty